Yeah.
Over to you
So
then.
cool. Thank you very much. Yeah. So hi guys, my name's Jake. I'm going to be the trainer for today in today's workshop. So I'm part of the data and AI team at Enlighten Designs, and so we're a Microsoft partner, and so we're heavily involved with sort of the data journalism side of things within Microsoft. And so we also train a whole bunch of reporters from all over the world. And so obviously that's kind of what this is as well. And so what we have today is sort of a self-guided workshop, if you like, where we'll give you guys some data, some instructions. You guys can sort of follow through that. And it's sort of tailored towards teaching you how to find stories within data and be able to tell those stories effectively. Sorry, Simon, there's some background noise. Can I? Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, where was I? That scared me. um, yeah, so the workshop is going to have a bit of a storytelling spin to it. So we should hopefully get some cool learnings from it. I'm assuming everyone has Power BI Desktop installed, and so I'm going to be here to sort of answer any questions that you guys have. I'll put the material in the chat in a second, and then so I'm also joined by Chloe, who is a reporter from Bay City News. Do you wanna give yourself a bit of an intro?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm really excited to be with you today. My name is Chloe, and I work for Bay City News, which is a regional wire service that serves the greater San Francisco Bay Area and provides 24 hours a day coverage to most other media in the Bay Area, as well as has a free public service nonprofit side that publishes at localnewsmatters.org. I wear a lot of hats at Bay City News, but one of those is that I lead our team that is tackling ongoing data journalism initiatives. We've been working with Power BI for about 6 months and started off with some basic training like what Jake is going to walk you all through today. And since then, we have expanded to create a series of data stories on our public service news site using customized data visualizations, customized templates, all thanks to folks like Jake who've helped us to individualize our approach to data journalism with Power BI a bit. And just from personal experience, I think Power BI is a really great tool and one that has a lot of potential use in journalism. Speaking from my own experience, I have used a number of tools and technologies in varying degrees of complexity for data analysis and data visualization, and none of them have been as intuitive and flexible as Power BI. So I have been really excited to get to start using this tool, and Jake and his team have been really unbelievably accessible and generous with helping to further me and my team in our understanding of how it works, as well as create a lot of customized and individualized opportunities to use it. So I'm a big fan of Power BI.
Awesome. Thanks, Chloe. That was really cool. Dhruvi, I've tried to put some of the material in the chat, but I can't. Is there some sort of permission that I need as well? Otherwise, I can just chuck it on OneDrive and put a link to it there. So that's what I'm doing now. FP.
Because of reason, I also can't have any attachment here.
Yes,
Okay.
coming.
Okay, so
road lagi road.
I can't share it to anyone with the link. Druvy, I need to.
Can you pass to me because I don't have any options right now here. Let's see.
Yeah, I can send it to you.
The road. Second road.
Cool. So if you could download that and then put that in the meeting chat.
Yeah.
Cool. While Druvy is doing that, I do have a very quick Power BI sort of demo video that we've created. So I'll just play through that. And I will need to include computer sound. Cool. So if everyone just wants to make sure their microphones are muted, I'll get this video started. It's only about 10 minutes long, and then we'll get stuck straight into the material.
Power BI is a free Microsoft application for creating rich, interactive visualizations from data and sharing insights across your organization or embedding them in your website to share with the public. It's part of the Microsoft Office 365 family and incorporates a bunch of the familiar features you'd expect from Excel for working with data and PowerPoint for doing design and layout. There are a couple of super compelling use cases for journalists. Firstly, it's amazing at pulling together data from lots of different sources, cleaning it up, mashing it together to find a story to tell. And secondly, once you have found a story to tell with data, it's easy to build a high quality visual that your viewers can interact and engage with. Let's look at the typical end-to-end process to demonstrate how quick and easy it is to get started creating amazing reports. Along the way, I'll touch on a couple of features which are just the tip of the iceberg of what's possible in Power BI. To begin with, we'll need some data. For this demonstration, I have a CSV file with some US Census population data, and you can see it's broken down by various demographics. So the first thing we do is open up Power BI Desktop and pull in that data. Typically, as a reporter, you're likely to have Excel and CSV files, but there are also hundreds of other ways to connect to the data, and this list is growing as features are being released monthly. Let's open up our CSV file. So here we can see a preview of our data, and we have a choice. We can get stuck in and begin playing with the data right now by clicking on the load button. However, I'm keen to show you some of the data transforming and cleaning steps we can perform and how powerful and easy it is to do. So let's click the transform button and look at that first. This is the query editor, and in here we can do a lot of the same things we can do in Excel. So we can split columns, we can remove various columns if we don't want them. We can do a bunch of transforming things, so we can make them, say, uppercase. We can even filter data down if we only want particular things, or get rid of particular things. So all sorts of things. One of the features I want to highlight as particular interest to reporters is that as we're doing all of these transforming and cleaning steps, over on the right here, it's keeping track of every single step we've done, and we can go back through these steps to view the data at the different stages of the transforming process. And this is essentially an audit trail of everything we've done to the data, and it's great for journalistic integrity. Another side effect of having these steps is that if the underlying data file ever changes, all you need to do is click the refresh button and Power BI will load up that same file, go through all of those data transforming steps, and your data is updated with just one click of a button. It's even possible to schedule this to automatically occur each day and have our report stay up to date after it's been published. So I'm just going to undo those changes for now by stepping back through these and crossing these out. A key part of this editor is that behind the scenes there's a full data modeling language called Power Query. Developers can code directly in here. They could also invoke kind of custom R scripts or Python scripts and do all their data scientist transformations. But the great thing is you don't need to know any of this. You can just do things and Power BI will record what you're doing and generate that code automatically. Another compelling feature of Power BI that reporters get a lot of value from is the ability to pull in and merge multiple data sets from completely different sources and combine them to find new angles and stories. So let's say I wanted to pull in some data around median household income to augment my story and explore another angle. And I found a table online and I'm pretty happy with the data integrity. So we can just go to New Source, select Web, paste in the URL, and have Power BI scrape the data directly from the web page. So here you can see Power BI has detected the various tables on the page, and let's select this one. Okay, so now we have two different data sets in our model. So to merge those, let's go back to our main census data set and we'll say merge these queries together. And so we're going to merge in the query from the web. We're going to say this column needs to be this column, and it's just going to join those together. You can see there's even a bunch of kind of fuzzy merging and all sorts of fun stuff you can do in there. So now for each row in there, we've merged our data and we can just pull in all those extra columns just directly against those. So now we're done with data transforming and cleaning our data. We can click close and apply. Power BI is going to reload up all those files, step through all those applied steps, and this leads us to the next step, which is the fun part, playing with the data and finding stories to tell. This is our report canvas, and this is where we can drag fields onto the canvas and create all sorts of charts and visualizations. This part is super easy and fun. Over on the right, we can see our fields, and we can just drag them onto the page. So if I pull in population, straight away, I see a chart. And if I want to see population by race, I can just drag that onto it as well. So let's put another one on. So let's have over here, let's look at population by sex. And we can resize and rearrange these, and as we're moving them around, you'll see all of the kind of alignment grids that you get from PowerPoint, and and we can change the types of graphs these are as well, the types of charts. One of the real strengths of Power BI is its cross-highlighting or cross-filtering capability. Once we get a few different visuals on the page, I'll put another one down here, maybe do this one by state. We can click on one of them and straight away you can see the proportion in the other charts have been highlighted. And this kind of interactability is a great way to explore and discover interesting insights in the data. Another great thing about Power BI is the diversity in the way you can present your data. There's a bunch of built-in types of visuals and ways to present this. So we might want to change, say, the state to a cool map here. And you can see that the filtering and cross-highlighting still just keeps working. But in addition to these built-in visuals, there's actually an entire community of people creating custom visuals in the marketplace. And we can just come in here and search for the type of chart we'd like to add and add it to our list. So I'll add this one for a bit of fun. I'll add the Enlighten Aquarium. And so we can see we've now got a new type of chart here. And if I change this to a list, so now we can see every state is represented by a fish, and the size of the fish is the size of the population. And we can see here that California and Texas are the big fish of the states. And you can, like, all of that cross-filtering and stuff just still keeps working. We can also use AI to analyze some of this data, and so we can click on these and say, hey, why is this different, or why is this doing, and it will use some machine learning and actually make some suggestions that it thinks could be the reason based on looking at your data. Yep, got it. You can also just double click on a page and say, well, let's say I just wanted to do this with natural language, and so I really want to look at the average population by state, and it will just make you those things automatically. Okay, let's load up a report I created earlier so it's a bit more presentable, and I'll show you how easy it is to just how easy it is to publish to the public. So all we have to do is press the publish button, and this uploads our report directly to Power BI service. So Power BI Service is a cloud-based product, which is part of the Office 365 family that you can use to collaborate with other people in your organization and share your reports to the public. So we're just going to use this to generate an embed code, but it's worth mentioning there's a whole scenario around organizational business intelligence where Power BI excels at presenting high-level business KPI dashboards. So here you can see you get the exact same interactive experience that you had in Power BI Desktop. And to generate an embed code, all we need to do is go to File and select Publish to Web. And we get a code that we can just paste into our article along with a URL that points directly to our report for anyone to access. So with just a few clicks, we have a report that's shareable, interactive, and ready to enjoy.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so that was just a quick intro on Power BI. What we're going to be doing is something actually pretty similar. We're just going to be going into things in a little bit more detail. So we're going to grab some data, do some data modeling steps on it, and then pull it into our report canvas, start creating some charts, start seeing how they sort of interact together, and then we will publish the report to the web at the end. So if everyone can go to the link that Dhruvi put in chat and just download their materials.
Forgive me for interrupting, Jake.
That's all right.
I opened it up earlier,
Yep.
although that what has been sent to be downloaded.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, so my stupidity, I didn't check up on the top right. So it's down. Okay.
Cool. And so what that is inside of the link that she sent through is, so that's a zip file. So you're going to have to just extract it And then once you extract everything, I'm just doing it on my screen as well. So once I might actually share again. So once you extract the AFP training.zip file, you'll see this. And so what you want to do is we're going to start with data 1, cleaning dirty data. So if you just open up that folder and then open up the PDF there, and then basically we can just start going through some of the steps. So if we scroll down to here, page 4, where it's like open Power BI in a new file. And so it's just going to be some self-guided instructions that we can follow through sort of at your own pace. And so Chloe and I are going to be here to answer any questions if they come up, or if you guys get stuck, we can help you through any of the problems that might come up. Demetrius, we're getting some background noise from you. Sorry. That's all right. It's gone now. You're muted. Cool. So yeah, if anyone is having problems extracting the folder, or finding the right files to open up, just you can either put a message in chat, or yeah, unmute your microphone and just sing out. Awesome. Yeah, hopefully the instructions are quite easy to follow through. The only issues I think we should run into are if there's sort of buttons that have changed since Power BI is being updated constantly. Some of the button names or labels get changed. Simon, can you see the chat, the meeting chat? Yeah, so if you scroll up, Dhruvisha sent a Google Drive link. Can you see that? If you can open up that and then download the file that is inside of there. Cool, there we go. So Dhruvi's just resent it, so it'll be down at the bottom of the meeting chat.
Is it which of them am I supposed to download? My microphone.
Okay, let's go verification. The AFP training. So if you just download the whole zip folder.
Okay.
Yeah, and so once you've downloaded that zip folder, you want to extract it. Open up data 1, cleaning dirty data, and then within that is the PDF, and just start working through the PDF sort of in your own time.
As the cleaning dirty data.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. And so there'll be a PDF file within there if you just want to open up that one and just start working through the steps in there. I think it's page 4 where it starts.
I had to switch the laptop I was using.
Right.
Yes, I have this data journalism with Microsoft Power BI, cleaning dirty data.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Jake?
Yeah.
So I'm on point 9. When it says let's delete the 2 ID columns which we don't need, right click the header of each column. So is this starting from ID column?
Yeah, so
when I click on because when I click on the triangle, I see a list of estimates. Like the first one is EST 7210. So what am I removing? Where do I click?
So instead of clicking the little the arrow, the drop down, just click the whole column header. Just make sure it's highlighted, and then you can right click it and find the remove option, or you can just press the delete key when it's highlighted.
So highlight everything starting from ID.
No.
No, so you only want to delete. So there'll be 2 columns that are sort of ID columns, and you'll just want to delete those 2, only those 2.
One is ID and it's the first column. The other one is, I think, the 4th and it's ID_1 or something along those lines.
Oh, okay. So I'm just right clicking and removing those.
Yeah.
So you do one and then the other rather than trying to do them at the same time.
Oh, okay. I thought I had to find that in the drop down. Thank you.
Cool. Are you going through it as well, Chloe?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm a little lost. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Where are you up to? Or yeah, what are you stuck on at the moment?
I'm supposed. Yeah.
Do you have the PDF open?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So if you scroll down a little bit to page 4.
Okay.
It'll say cleaning data, and then there'll be a couple of steps. Do you see those?
Cleaning dirty data. Yes, I have it.
If you scroll down to page 4, the title of the page will be cleaning data.
Is it cleaning dirty data?
No. Are you on page 4 of the PDF?
Yeah, I think so.
Or it might be page 5. Oh, okay, go to the next page.
Oh, yeah, I got it now. Cleaning.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, the actual pages are a little misaligned. It says page 4 at the bottom of the page, but page 5 in the PDF viewer.
Yeah, I got it.
Cool. Yeah. So if you just run through those steps, you should be able to follow along from there.
Okay.
Is anybody at the reshaping the data section? That's point number 10.
Yes, I'm there now.
So just a quick trick. What you're doing is selecting everything that is not the first 3 columns, correct? And you are then going to unpivot those. So the way that it suggests in the guide is that you grab that first column after geography, so total, both sexes total, hold down shift and go all the way to the end, and then unpivot. That is an option that will work fine, but a little bit of a cheat code is that instead you can select the first 3 columns, the ones you're not going to unpivot. So you would select year, Hispanic origin, and geography. And if you select those 3 columns and then right click on one of the column headers, there will be an option to unpivot other columns. And that way, instead of holding shift and going all the way to the end, you can just sort of skip that by telling Power BI to treat the other ones and select the ones you don't want it to treat. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. I just got into selecting all of them, so.
Yeah, and you don't have to do it this time. The reason that I mention it is you very well might end up wanting to do that with a data sheet where you have thousands of columns. And in that case, it can be a quick way to skip holding down shift for 5 minutes straight.
Totally. Thank you.
That was a good tip. Thanks. I just used it.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think I also found that the other day when we were running through this training. I'm not sure why it's suggesting to do the whole thing. Yeah, I think that it should change that.
Followed by the pound key to ensure verification. Sign-in was successfully verified.
Awesome. Does it matter? So this is step 13.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does it matter that we have an open quote in the quote character? So the window which says split column by delimiter, select semicolon, and then each occurrence of the delimiter, and then quote character has an open quote in it.
You can just leave it alone. It won't do anything.
Okay. So I saw that there was a none option, so I wasn't sure. Thanks.
Sure. You'll probably all know this intuitively, but at step 17, it suggests that you rename the new column from text between delimiters to year. And there's a good chance that Power BI will automatically understand that it's year and name it as such, in which case you can just skip that step. Also, something worth noting is that for something like this data set, which is very large, you're not going to see the whole data set. You're going to see a sample of it. And this is especially clear when you get to step 18 and you are deselecting United States from the state column. You're not going to actually see any options for states until you've done that, because it is placing United States first. So you're seeing only that portion as a sample. But once you do that step, you'll see Alabama.
So quick question on 16. I clicked column from examples from selection, and then I have a pop-up message, enter sample values. So that's okay?
Yeah, if you look just below that, you'll see that it has created something called column 1.
Yes.
And you're typing in the first row.
The first row, is it the shaded in gray or the first? Yeah.
Yeah, So if you just type 2010 and hit enter, you'll see it autofill.
Got it.
Yeah, just to follow on from there, once you type 2010 and then click enter, based on the column that you've selected, since we've gone column from examples from selection, Power BI will sort of figure out from the column you've selected what you're trying to grab out of there. And so it'll sometimes it names the column you create text between delimiters, which is sort of the method that it's trying to use. But if it figures out that it's actually the year that you're trying to extract, it may name the column year.
Got it.
And then just to follow on what Chloe was talking about with the sort of only showing United States. So what Power BI does is it in the editor window is it gives you a preview of 1,000 rows just so it can do so it can load all of its data a bit more quickly for you, so that when the data set is quite big, obviously it doesn't have to load the entire thing and rather just load a preview of it. But then, yeah, when you're trying to filter rows, it'll first give you the preview, but if you want to see a whole, like if you want it to run through the entire list, you just have to click the load more option and it will run through the entire data set rather than just the preview.
When I was going through this the first time, something that was mentioned that was helpful to keep in mind and think about is why you are doing what you do in step 18, where you're getting rid of the totals or the summative values. And basically, if you were to keep the population data for all of the different races listed and also total, then if you were to use those numbers to calculate the total population in Alabama, you'd be counting everybody twice because they're both listed in the race categories as well as in the total category. So you have artificially inflated numbers if you keep those in. So it is better to remove those columns for totals. And if you want to calculate totals for, say, Alabama's total population, Power BI can still do that for you just by summing all of the race categories.
And it'll take out the duplicates?
Yeah, by removing the total categories, you're removing the duplicates because you're keeping the more informative version of that data where it is still giving you the numbers, but it is giving you the numbers in those broken down categories so that you can better understand.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Is anyone stuck with anything, or we're all good just following through? I'm assuming everyone's all right.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the presentation. I can see all of you.
Yeah, no, so I'm not sharing my screen, but
Oh, okay.
yeah. If anyone is having trouble with any of the steps, yeah, just yell out.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Cool.
Because first time I downloaded on my personal laptop, I have Power BI at work, and I did some forecasting, but it's good to know, I was listening. All the steps, like, removing the duplicate, like she mentioned. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Is there something you're going to share after the meeting? Like,
no, so I'm not sure. Were you here for the beginning of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You
I
share a recording, right?
Yeah, so I ran through a bit of a demo, and then so you're going to get the material that we're running through today, and so that's really all it's going to be today. So sort of a self-guided lab, if you like.
Yeah, that's good because I tried
yeah.
on my own without any training,
Yeah.
except some YouTube, but this is much better.
Right.
So thank you both for your time.
Cool. It's no problem.
Yeah.
And if we don't manage to get through all of the steps in today, then obviously you can go away and finish it whenever you have free time to do so.
Yeah, no, this is important, especially the trends, even with COVID or anything. You always want to look at the trend and draw the chart. So the totals and all are important. Thank you so much.
And on that note, Jake, if near the end you want me to share my screen and show some examples of how we've used Power BI, I'm happy to do that.
Oh, that'll be good, yeah, when you see
that'd be cool.
Pictorial.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we started a little bit late. So what we were going to do, I'm not sure how many steps there are to go in that first one. I think you guys might be close to finishing that first one. If we do, then we want to open up Viz1, connect to, and explore your data, which is just the next one in the sequence. And so we were going to do Viz2, but we may skip that just due to time. We'll see how we go.
I'm also happy I can, if we don't have time for me to show some things, I can throw together a list of links to our site and share them with everyone so that they could go check them out.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, links would be good. And, when we have time, it's always there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So Jacob, Chloe, so on the last step, when I click on close and apply, I have this warning there are pending changes in your queries that haven't been applied. Apply changes or discard.
Yeah. So
do I need to apply them?
You've clicked. So did you clicked the close and apply button?
Clicked close and apply, and then that small. It was a small banner that popped up.
And it started loading. Or
it will.
Oh, it's now starting to load. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That step always takes a second before it kicks in, but it will automatically load those changes.
Yeah, it just did. Okay, thank you.
Sweet.
If you were to have closed out of where we were just editing the data sheet without hitting close and apply, if you just hit close, then that message would be saying you've made changes, but you didn't select to apply them. Do you want to apply them?
Got it. All right. So where do I find, the work we've done? Oh, I see it. Isn't the one in field?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess what's happening here is back in the window you had open just before, we're creating a bunch of steps that we're going to be doing to our data, but we're not actually applying it to our data model until we click that close and apply button.
Okay.
And once we click that, then Power BI is going to run through all of the steps and actually create a data model for us and bring it through into that fields pane where we can actually start using those.
Okay. And can you go back and come back in? For example, nothing changes, right? It's not like you have to start all over again if you don't save it. And is this stored in Power BI?
Yeah, so it's part of the file. So if you could even open it back up now. So I'm not sure what version of Power BI you have, but it's probably the transform data button, which will be in the home ribbon somewhere around the middle.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, if you click that top button there, it'll open that back up, and it'll just open up where you left off, and so that's going to just be a part of your Power BI file, so that'll save.
All right, thank you.
And just on that note really fast, this isn't something that we have encountered yet in these work through PDFs, but unless it's been updated, in the other ones, you will have cases where you'll go from that visual builder screen back into the editor we were just in, and the training materials call it something other than transform data. So if you're going to go through the other ones either now or on your own time, it's worth noting that the way to get back into that editor is transform data. I know my team got stuck on that a few times because it's called something different in an older version of Power BI that was around when these materials were made.
Yeah. Yeah, so once you finish the data one, if you go and find Viz one, connect to and explore your data, and then open up that PDF there. So they're all going to be a similar thing where there'll be a PDF in each folder. So just sort of run through those steps. And so the one we just did, obviously called data one, was a bunch of data cleaning steps. This one, Viz one, so we're now going to be using some data and sort of building a couple of graphs from the fields that we bring into our data model.
Should we, I guess, create a new file in order to do that? Viz1 uses a
so I think they use different ones, right?
Yeah, it's basically the same as what we just did, but if I recall, there were a few minor changes, so it might be better to just start from that point.
Do you mean from where we left off on data 1?
No, I mean start using
a new one, I think.
The data file that's included in that folder.
Yeah. So we'll open up a new Power BI file. Just connect to that data because that's we've already done the modeling steps on that file.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify. So, how are we going to save the file that we, completely cleaned in data 1? Can we save that, or will that be lost?
Just so if are you in the edit queries?
Yeah.
pane? You are? Okay. So if you just close that or click the close and apply button, make sure you've applied the changes.
Yes, I've done that.
Yeah. So then in just the standard Power BI page, if you just go File, Save As, and then just save it somewhere on your file system.
All right. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Cool.
And what we're doing next, the data that you're going to import is going to look pretty much just like the data you just cleaned. So you know the process to get to what we're using now. This just allows us to make sure that we're all starting from the same place if we use the provided data sheet.
Sorry, just another quick question. So before I start to connect my data for the visualization step, the Viz1, my data 1 file is still there. How do I close that? I've saved it, but how do I close it? Or should I keep it? It doesn't matter.
You can just close that now. So we're going to move on. We're going to create a new file with the Viz1 steps. So you can just close the one that you just saved.
Yeah, so how do I close it? I can't see a close option.
There should just be in the standard Windows X button in the top right.
Oh, okay. All right. I just hit that. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Cool.
It says if you're starting on Viz1, oh no, just kidding. It does have a step for load. So once you load your data in for Viz 1, on the far right side of the screen under Fields, you'll see the data sheet. It's titled Census Population Data, Clean. And if you hit that arrow so that it expands, you're going to see all of the same column titles as the data sheet we just cleaned. So you're working with the same data. Also, the stacked column chart that we're going to start with is actually the furthest to the right on the top row. Oh, actually, no, just kidding. It is second from the left. There's two versions of it.
Yes, I think one of them is you talking about the 100% stacked one.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
looking at, and then I realized.
I have a question on point 12. So we're supposed to select the year and then change that to text. Will we automatically see the number change? Because the whole point was because California was showing a wrong population. So is that number, are we supposed to see that number reduce once we change that to text? Because it didn't even when I change it to text. It's still 346 million.
So the reason we're going to, there's some echo. Anyway, the reason we're changing year to type text is because we don't actually want, the only reason we would have it as a number is if we wanted to sum it up. And so it doesn't actually make any sense to sum up years, right? So years is going to be something that we actually want to filter by, which means we actually want that as a text field rather than being able to, sum up the number of years, because that doesn't make any sense. So you shouldn't see any difference. You're just going to want to change it to text. And then I think you'll just use it to filter. So in the next couple of steps, you actually use that column now to start filtering the data.
Okay.
And that's where you should see the numbers
change. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
Something to note when you do get to that step of changing the data type to text for a year is that you'll want to be careful to not select the checkbox next to year or the ellipses next to year, but basically click right on the word, and then the column tools ribbon will pop up, allowing you to change the data type.
So at the point where we're trying to add a slicer and it says make sure no visuals are selected, how do we make sure, or where do I, how do I make sure that none, is it the check boxes for population and state?
If you just click on a blank part of your workspace, so like above or below or to the side of the data visual that's already on there.
You mean the bar chart?
Yes.
Okay.
If you click away from it, but on that same screen, then you can click a new visualization and it'll pop up.
Oh, okay.
If you click a new visualization while you have the bar chart selected, it will replace that with the new visual instead of adding the new visual.
Got it. All right. Thank you. So do we save this in the same way that we did the other one?
Yeah, I would just save it. Just make sure you maybe just specify which set of instructions this is. So maybe just save it as Viz1.
Got it. Okay.
So how is everyone going? Has everyone finished data 1? I'm assuming we've all moved on to Viz1.
Yes.
Cool.
I'm having some.
Sorry.
I'm having some challenges,
Okay. Where are you up to?
I've got them all downloaded. I've got. I'm at the stage where I'm trying to take out the sensors, from the. This is my first time of doing anything like this, really. So,
right. So do you have Power BI open?
Yes.
Yeah. And so you're running through data 1 right now?
Yes.
Are you going through those steps? What step are you up to?
The one that says I should take out April 1 census and April 1 estimates base.
What step number is that?
Step.
Is there a number next to it?
Number next to.
Is there a step number?
Yes, that is 5 or 6.
6?
Yes, that says remove columns.
6 is.
Pardon me.
6 is in the home ribbon. Click on use first row as headers.
Yes, let's delete 2 ID columns, which we don't need.
That's 9. Okay, so
9, yes.
Yep. So if you click the ID column so that it's highlighted, if you just click the header at the top.
Yeah.
And then right click it, and there'll be a menu option if you just click remove column.
I have remove top rows, remove bottom rows, remove alternate.
No. So do you see the column ID?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So if you click on the word ID.
Okay.
And then right click it. When you right click, does a bunch of options come up? If you right click on the word ID.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, and then click remove rows. I might.
On the right.
I might see if I can just show you. I will import something really quickly. Just 1 second.
I'm here.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're going to have an ID column. If I just remove the first 2 rows, so it looks like yours, and click that. Okay, so you'll have a column like this that says ID.
Yes.
If you just right click it, you see this menu option comes up. If you just click remove.
Okay.
So if you do that.
I should do that now.
Yeah. done that? And then you'll see another ID column called ID_1, which should now be the third column across. Do you see that?
When I clicked that ID, I had copy, text filters, replace values, drill.
Yeah, there should be a remove option.
It didn't come up.
It should. Like I have replace values and everything you just mentioned. I also have remove. You should see a remove option. If you don't have a remove option, you can if you just click the column, like what I just did there, if you just click it and then just press the delete key on your keyboard.
The delete key.
Yeah, that should also just remove the column. Did that work?
Didn't.
Is your remove option called something a little different, like remove column, or are you sure there's no remove option when you right click the column? There should be a remove option.
Oh, okay. Let me. There you go. I'm supposed to. Please, can you repeat the instructions again?
Yep. So you'll just need to right click on this ID column here like that.
ID column.
And then click the remove option.
See, right click. You should want to insert a step. Go to this ID. I hope I'm not keeping back the class.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Did you manage to delete the columns?
Please, can you repeat the step again?
Yeah, so you see this ID column?
Yeah.
If you right click it, you should get a bunch of options here. One of them should be remove.
Yes, I've seen that removed now.
Yeah, okay. So then just click remove, and then it'll delete that column.
Oh, but I have to click the number I want to remove first.
Sorry.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4.
All you have to do is click on the column header anywhere in this area where I'm moving my mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Right click it and go remove.
So
That's
that
all you have
column
to
will
do.
go away?
Yeah, you're removing the whole column.
Okay. Where is the thing that shows the flow chart? Suppose if I bring 2, 3 tables.
That is gonna be
On the right-hand side, right?
Sorry, say that again.
It'll be on the right-hand side, not on the left, right?
Yes, but that is not going to be on this screen you're currently seeing. That is going to be when you're back in the screen where you're adding data visualizations.
Yeah, oh yeah, okay, because I was working on my side on that. Thank you.
Yes, so it's on the
Because
other
what-
one, and
Yeah.
on the far left, there are 3 icons, and you're looking at the bottom one is the what you're talking about.
Yeah, the 3 of them, one for the chart, second one for the data table, and the lowest one. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Cool. So
Thank you.
Simon, did you manage to remove both of them?
I'll be mute right.
So once we finish Viz 1, we can, I think Viz 1 takes around half an hour or so. We may be close to that, I'm not really sure, but once we finish Viz 1, we can move on to Viz 2, and that only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to do. That's just bringing in another data set, and then creating a new visual from that new data set, just so we can break down the data by something a little different. And then once that is finished, what we're going to do is publish our report to a workspace in Power BI service, and then publish it to the web. So we're going to end up with a link that we can go to in our browser.
And I'm working my way through Viz 2 now if anyone gets stuck.
Cool.
Yeah, I have a question on Viz 2.
Sure.
So I think it's number 9. Sorry,
Right.
scratch that. I forgot that I had to delete date because I wasn't getting the postal code, but I have to delete date from that box.
Right.
Yeah, looks fine.
Great.
Thank you.
Can I draw?
Hey Simon, did you manage to remove those columns?
Yes. You see, let me ask you again. You see,
Yeah.
I need to click like a column 1, 2, or 3, and then go to the where you have ABC here. Is that correct?
So what you want to do is see this ID column here. Do you see that on my screen?
I'm going to your screen now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All you want to do is right click anywhere on this don't click the ABC, don't click the drop down, click anywhere other than that.
Okay.
If you right click in there and then go remove.
Oh. But how does he remove like 1, 2, 3, 4, any of those numbers?
So no, so we're not going to, these are the row numbers. We're not going to remove any of these.
Okay.
We're going to just delete the entire column.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, we're going to delete the column, not
The
any
number.
rows.
Okay. That's been my confusion. I'll do that right away.
And so once you remove that ID column, you are also going to want to remove the column that says ID_1 as well.
Okay.
So once you delete the first ID column, ID_1 should be the third one across.
Yep.
And then he says, are you sure you want to insert? Okay, it's gone.
Yeah, cool. And then so do the same thing for ID_1.
I've done that.
Okay, so you've removed both of the ID columns?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So now you can just carry on with the other steps in the PDF file.
Okay.
Are you going to go over some of the analytics too? Like the forecasting, which has the...
Yeah, so we won't go through any forecasting or anything today. What we do want to, I guess, go through today is just
based like on the analytics that...
Yeah, we want to do some basic data modeling steps. We want to show you guys how easy it is to sort of do some of the data modeling steps, grab some of the fields and plot them on the canvas, and create some cool charts and things that you can tell stories with, pretty much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, so the forecasting is probably a little bit I guess advanced for what we're trying to do.
Yeah, at least if you show us like that magnifying glass where you can do more analytics, something, you know, there's a little thing below the maps and stuff on the right hand side, the visualization, right?
Do you mean the analyze option?
Yeah, I think there's an analyze option. Where you get the charts, the maps, and then if you give us a 2-minute rundown on that, you know, that might be useful to try on our own later. Thank you so much, JB.
I'll see if I can open something up.
Jake, while you do that, I saw that you put the email address, first name, last name. Is that what we're supposed to save?
So, just quickly, if we do finish Viz 2, it would be really cool if we could publish publish the report into Power BI service. So I have created everyone sort of a temporary account, which is in the format first name dot last name and then at the whole M365 thing.
Yeah.
And then the password is P4SSW0RD. So if in Power BI, you can click the sign in button in the top right, and you should be able to sign in with those credentials and then click the publish button.
Okay, yeah, it's in file. You click file.
Jake, if for any reason that doesn't work, I can also always share my screen and show it because I'm logged into my institution account.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you want to do that anyway, that would be cool.
This Power BI that we downloaded, how long is it good? It's a free download.
Yeah, it's free.
For how
So
long? We don't know.
well, it's just a free tool, so
Okay,
forever.
but we can still publish it.
Yeah. So what you get with the free version is you get your own workspace called a My Workspace, which is so you can publish anything you want to that workspace. But with the free version, you can't share whatever is in My Workspace with anyone else. So if you want to share reports with other people, you'll need a Power BI Pro license. And then with the Pro license, you can start creating other workspaces and share that around with people.
Okay, but within My Workspace, I can publish my own thing, right?
Yeah. Within My Workspace, you can publish as many things as you like to that workspace. Yeah.
So for example, I have My Workspace, and then I also have a workspace called Data Points, because we have a series of articles that are all called our Data Point series. So that way I can organize them all in one workspace, because I have a Pro license. Solomon, I can speak to that a little bit. No. So for me, having the Pro license means that I can have a better system of organization, so I can make different workspaces for different projects. But I could go ahead just putting everything under My Workspace, which you don't need the Pro Power BI for.
Thank you.
And especially, I think, if you're a freelancer and you are just organized in how you title your files, then you should be fine to go ahead without multiple workspaces.
Can I please get someone to confirm my email, because it says I'm not, the email is wrong. Can I type in what I used?
Yeah, you can type in what you use. I am trying to find the list. Unfortunately, it's not letting me see it for some reason. But I'm trying to find that list.
Okay.
Just 1 second.
Okay.
Why is it doing that?
Is it possible to show the My Workspace? Can you show it on the screen?
Yep. So if you, I can
go to publish. Go to publish. Let me see. Yep.
Yeah, I can share my screen really quickly.
Thanks.
So you'll see this publish option in the top ribbon.
Yeah.
It'll ask me to save. And I'm going to have a whole bunch of workspaces, but what you'll guys, you'll need to sign in as well. So, and I'm trying to find everyone's sign in things, because it may not exactly match the names exactly, but once you sign in, there'll be a My Workspace and you can just click select and then publish. But I'll just need to find everyone's sign in. For some reason, it is not letting me sign in as the admin account. And I'm not sure why. What is going on? Okay, so chat. Why is it copying it like that?
While Jake is working on this, my recommendation to anyone who's reached the end of Viz 2 would be to explore some style changes. So, for example, if you click on your bar chart and then click on that paint roller in the visualizations bar on the right side, you have opportunities to do things like change color or remove the title or make the title font bigger, all of that. And that can be a good thing to experiment with, and can be a really good opportunity if you're trying to create visuals that match the branding of the site or publication that you're working for.
So I just put what your email should be in chat, if you can see that.
I can, thanks.
So that'll be your one. So for most people, it should be first name dot last name. If you do have two, it'll be concatenated with a dash.
So once we're signed in, we click on publish.
Yeah, so you click the publish option, it'll ask you to save probably, and then if you just click on, make sure you click the My Workspace.
So I save and then My Workspace, okay.
Yep, My Workspace, click select, and then it's asking me to replace because I've already published this to My Workspace.
Oh, okay.
And then so once that is published, you can open up and internet, a Google Chrome or something, somewhere on your browser, and then you can go to app, I'll type it in, app.bi.com, and then you can sign in with those same credentials that you signed into Power BI with.
Okay.
And then, so this is Power BI service. So you will have your My Workspace, and then these are all of the things that I've published to My Workspace, but I just published, what did I publish?
So,
I don't see it. All right, I'm signed into something different.
so it opens up directly my space. So where do I find this work we've just done?
In My Workspace, do you see this? The My Workspace?
Yeah, okay.
Option. Yeah, so if you click that, then you'll get a list of all of the reports. You should just have one, so it'll be the thing that we just created.
It says you have no reports.
How are you signed in to Power BI service?
Oh, it's my
Yeah, so if you,
GSB. I need to sign out and sign back in with
yeah,
that
yeah.
one. Okay, okay.
Yeah. Probably I also should mention, if you do already have a Power BI account, then you could just sign in with that as well. So you could do that in Power BI. You could sign in with your own account and publish it there. I just created a bunch of trial accounts for you guys in case you didn't have your own. I guess while we're in here, I could show maybe some of the things that we've created through data journalism and some of the things that we've done. So this was a report that we created to try and display how much lead was in the drinking water in the US, so that this one's quite impactful. So this map shows the US, and then it's colored by how much lead is in the drinking water. So you can see this really dark one here, New York. If I can click it. There we go. And then so when you click on the map, the whole this sort of context filters down to that as well. So you can see in New York, 165 water systems serving 9 million Americans would have violated the proposed standard from the beginning of 2013 through to 15. And so as you click around on this map, you can sort of explore different states' data and the effects of the lead in the drinking water. So we sort of have a bunch of different map type visuals. So here's one that was on the elections. So you can see in the 2017 election, this map's broken down by the different parties that won each state. So you can sort of click through each of these and see how many votes each candidate got per state. I don't know. I really like the map ones. The map ones are fun to explore.
Okay, that works. Yeah.
Cool. You found it?
Yeah, it's published now. Yeah.
Sweet. All right. And then so as part of that, there's a last module, this one here, Extra V1, publishing to web. What that does is it just gets you to publish the report to web. So I think it's actually moved, but this is just a random report in my workspace. If you click, where is it? Is it export? It's file. Yeah, so if you click the file, embed report, and then go publish to web option,
yeah,
you can create an embed code, click publish, and then so you'll get this sort of link here. If you click copy, you can create a new tab and go paste and go to this link, and then that's my report that you can sort of embed anywhere you like, or you can send out this link to other people and they can go to here and play around with the report.
Got it.
How do you publish it in PowerPoint? Or copy and paste? It doesn't take.
In PowerPoint, so you can actually export. Yeah, so there is this export button, so you can export to PowerPoint, you can export to PDF, or I think the Analyze in Excel sort of extracts the data backing the report and brings that up into Excel as well.
So where is that, the export to PowerPoint? Where would I get that?
So if you go to app.powerbi.com, you'll need to sign in with the account that I guess I haven't really given. I'm not sure if we made one for you. I don't recognize your name.
Shakuntala Chaudhary, Lata.Chaudhary.
When did you sign up for this? Was it recently?
Yes, last night with tennis. I'm a paid member of AFC.
Yeah. So we created a bunch of these trial accounts a few days ago, so I don't think we have created one for you just yet, but
yeah, I'm a paid member for last 2 years.
Do you have your own Power BI account?
I downloaded your version, not from work.
I mean an account rather than Power BI.
No, how do I create one?
Okay, you can go like this. This is not your name, but you can sign in using this. And just pretend that is you. Because I don't think they made it to this workshop. So if you sign in with those credentials and publish it, then you'll be able to go to app.powerbi.com, which I posted in the chat a little bit earlier. And then you'll be able to find the report that you made inside of your My Workspace.
Okay. Let's see if I can.
Tried signing in. Yeah, so your one, I believe, is, I think it's like that.
Hey, Jake, could I share my screen really fast?
Yeah, of course.
So I just, it'll take me a second to share my screen, but I just, while people are tackling this last step, wanted to show something that we did really fast because Jake just showed you some really awesome examples of some projects that have been done using Power BI that I can imagine were ongoing for a while. But you know, for those of us that are doing work in journalism, like all the people here, we're not always necessarily going to be working on something that has, you know, a week or a 2-week timeline. And so it might take a second to load. But I just want to show you that. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
So this right here is a data visual that I pulled together in probably an hour and a half. So while this tool is really awesome for those cases where you might be doing a longer timeline project that you get to do a bit more of a deep dive into a topic, it also has a lot of awesome options for something that is a much quicker turnaround. So this story is looking at diversity, both racial and gender diversity in some local police departments here in the Bay Area. And I was able to take some data. This one is having trouble loading, but I was able to take some data and pull together 2 different data visualizations in just a couple of hours. So I apologize.
Yep.
That's cool. Very nice.
Very nice, because I was also looking at some racial profiling data on, you know, gender and race and policing from one of my students. That's what I opened up in Power BI. So this looks good.
Yeah. So once you, you know, once you get rolling with this tool, it can be something where you can create a really clear and nice looking visual without a ton of time. And this also, you know, we have the benefit of some of Jake's team worked on creating a template for us. So this, our logo, some of these fields to fill in are set to automatically appear and be formatted, and then we can create data visuals to go within them. So I sent a selection of links, and you'll see the same template over and over again. And that means that we can keep consistently branded data visuals across our site, even as we're working with different data.
Okay.
So I just wanted to share that really fast.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Demetrius, you okay, so your one doesn't have a C in your last name. Your one has been misspelt when it was sent to me, so.
My name?
Demetrius, sorry.
Oh, sorry, okay.
Jake, forgive me, if it's without a C, it's even better because that's the correct way of writing my last name.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So it was sent. Yeah, it was sent to me without a C. So it's there's just no C in the last name. So you should be fine signing in with that.
Okay, let me try again. Oh la la.
Cool. Yeah. So I am conscious of time. It is 15 minutes over what I think we were planning to do. I think you guys should be okay with publishing. If not, you have our emails and can just ask us if you do get stuck. You have the materials. If you didn't quite get through Data 1, Viz 1, Viz 2, you can carry on working through that. Whenever you have free time, if you do get stuck, you can send us an email on any of it.
Okay, stupid question only.
Yeah.
Is there any possibility to have the whole video? This in brackets class?
Yeah.
For only one reason.
The recording, right?
Yeah, the recording.
I had to cut off myself for 20 minutes. I had to report to a radio station in Greece.
Right.
And I lost 20 minutes, and after that, I just kept silent.
That's okay. Yeah. So we have recorded this. I will find a way to send it out to you guys who have attended. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have my email, right? Do you need it?
No, I think we do.
For the recording video, we will be sending to Thanos or Heneba, and then they will contact you accordingly.
From Thanos, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have my email? Because if you want to set the account for me.
Yeah, I can do that. Dhruvi, we have her email, right?
Shakuntala Chaudhary, and my email Lata.Chaudhary.
I have your email, no worries.
Yeah.
Lata.Chaudhary, right? At Gmail?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I know Thanos and everybody.
Yeah, I can create an account for you, and I'll send that to you.
Okay, that'll be very useful.
Cool.
Thank you so much. Wonderful presentation.
Cool. Yeah, I hope you guys learned some stuff. I think most of you, or some of you, had already used Power BI before. But yeah, for those that haven't, hope that was a pretty cool sort of intro to it. Yeah.
People, I only have to say thank you for your time and your efforts.
That is okay.
And I'll be working on it here on my own a bit.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thanks as well to all of you. It was I learned a ton of stuff. I had installed Power BI for about like a year, but I never attempted to open it because I found it so difficult. But now I think I have the confidence to carry on. I just want to ask one last question: that if I want to, once I'm done revising what you have taught us today, if I want to learn the advanced stuff, where should I go for that? Do you have, I don't know, some YouTube resources that you could recommend or someplace?
So what we gave you today was sort of like the very basic things that you would do with Power BI. We do have other things, like other modules similar to what you did today that are a little bit more advanced. Other than that, probably I don't really know. Maybe the Microsoft documentation probably has some also has some tutorials on how to do some of the advanced stuff like DAX and any of the advanced sort of Power Query editing things. But I guess the good thing with Power BI is even the advanced stuff, people who don't really know how to code can still do it, right? So it's very sort of user friendly. You can click all these buttons to do a whole bunch of different things, right? Rather than writing a whole bunch of code to do it. So even the advanced stuff shouldn't be too difficult.
Right. And does Microsoft offer certifications for this tool?
Yeah. There's a bunch of certifications as part of the Microsoft Center. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All good.
Thank you again, Jack.
That's okay. Yeah. I hope you got through some of it. Yeah, you'll have the material so you can carry on. And yeah, do let us know if you get stuck. And we can help maybe through email or something.
Okay. Thank you very, very much.
Cool.
And I hope there will be follow-up programs like this.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be.
Thank you.
Yeah, a lot to practice over the long weekend. Good.
Yeah.
Keep busy. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so I am going to drop off now. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming.
Be well. Be safe.
Cool. See you guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, guys.
Thanks,
you.
Chloe.
Sure.
I think we should thank Chloe too.
Okay, people, be well, be safe, take care.
Cool.
How do we save the chat? Like Zoom, can you save it in Microsoft?
It'll be saved.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be saved for you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Okay, bye.
Bye.